So in this video, I am going to talk about some common questions and things that every student should know before coming to Germany and starting their studies at SRH University. And just to be clear, it doesn't matter which course or specific major that you're from, because the information I'm going to share today with you is ultimately going to help you understand how things actually work here and also clear most of your doubts. So let's get straight to it. Alright, so before I start yapping about all the things that you should know beforehand, I would like to take a moment and mention about my WhatsApp community. Now, I know I did talk about it in a video that I posted, but in case if you have scrolled past it and aren't aware of its existence, well, it currently has over 100 plus people who have joined within this week's time frame since I created it. But the reason why I am even telling you this is because I have created a platform, or what you can call a forum, that you can simply join and get involved in group discussions, ask your questions, connect with different students, and also network with people who are from the same background as you. And in case of any urgency, you can also reach out to me over there. So I don't know what you're waiting for. It's a no-brainer. You should just go to the link which is available in this video's description and join it. I'm hoping to see you there. So SRH University uses a project-based model, which means you will be working on real projects instead of just reading book theory. Every module would include various assignments, group work, and also presentations. So you learn by doing, and that helps you gain practical skills that would then help you secure a job in the future. Now, one of you recently asked me this question is how many classes or contact hours should you expect in a week? Well, that really depends on the specific course, but from what I can tell, on an average, about 15 to 20 hours of classes weekly is what there would be. The rest of the time is for your self study, your research, and also working on your projects. And that brings me to another question, is how much independent study is actually expected? Well, at least at SRH, I can say it really matters a lot, and you should do that from day one, because the professors here would only help you till some extent, but the rest of the responsibility is still yours, meaning doing the research, managing your own time, and also preparing all the work is still up to you. Now, like I have said, professors are supportive, but they won't push you to study. That is something you have to take responsibility for. And please try to ask questions and do your best of staying consistent throughout your study program, because that really does matter and makes difference for you as a person, not just as a student in that university. And speaking of attendance, it is mandatory for some subjects, but what really matters is how much active you are while attending those lectures. Not just sitting there physically, but your brain is somewhere else, I mean mentally, so that doesn't actually work, and it's only going to be a disadvantage for you in the long run. So try to be active, get involved in what's happening in the class, and I think the more efforts you put in, the better outcomes you can expect over the year or until your program is finished. So you don't have to register for exam by yourself, because the university does that for you. The only time when you need to do it on your own is if you have a failed attempt. In that situation, you need to register or basically reappear for that subject's exam at least 7 days before the scheduled date. And the only way to find out this is to contact your professor. And I would suggest you to reach out to them anyways beforehand if you have a failed attempt, because they are the ones who can guide you better than anyone else. Now, believe me, every course has its own way of evaluation and assessing your grades. The only way to tackle this is to stay consistent and active in your class from day one. You also need to complete your assignments and do your submissions on time because they do play a major role in your final grades. Now, speaking of grades, well, your exam results, you can see them via campus web or eCampus. These are, I would say, portal basically that SRH uses, and you shouldn't worry because you would receive the login credentials anyways once your studies begin. What I would also like to mention is the grades are given to you by your professor. Now, if in case you aren't satisfied with those grades or you think they are inappropriate and you have to send them for re-evaluation, naturally I know you would write to the exam department first. But believe me, they cannot do anything because they only receive these grades from the subject's professor. So what you need to do is contact your professor and ask him or her what should you do next? What would be the appropriate step? So recently I was also asked about the assessment pattern, whether the exams are written or based on project reports and presentation sort of thing. Well, at least for SRH, it comes down to the module and subject you're studying. Why? Because for some subjects there might be written exams, while for others there would be the assignment submission, your reports, group discussions, PPT presentation, all that. For some exams, you might also require a computer with some kind of software, while for others there would be a open book tests, or basically you can carry a lead sheet of formulas and all that. Obviously the professor would mention you if that's allowed or not for this particular subject, but just keep yourself informed beforehand. What I'm also trying to say is the courses, I mean most of them would have a continuous assessment system, meaning you will be evaluated throughout the semester and the grades are not just based on one final exam. So keep that in mind. All right, so moving on to the next question, I was also asked if it's allowed to skip an exam or not attend a particular exam. Well, this is a misconception because you cannot just skip any exam just because you're not ready, because it will still be counted as a failed attempt until and unless you have a valid proof or some kind of an official approval. You would be counted as a failed. All right, so what you need to do, like I've said, is reappear for that exam if in case you don't attend it, and you can clear it in the upcoming semester. So many opportunities at SRH University come through your professors, classmates, and also different university events. You will also find flyers, banners, and community announcements throughout the campus. So keep an eye out for those and try to uh, participate in different workshops, campus fairs, and also get involved in different group activities. Because hey, networking isn't about just finding jobs, but also about learning from others and building your confidence. Berlin is one of the best cities for students, but also quite expensive. On an average, you will need around 800 to 1000 euros per month for your rent, for your food, insurance, and also other expenses. Now, keep in mind, shared flats can cost you up to 550 to 800 euros or somewhere around that. So, it's always best to apply early for it, and you can find them through different websites like Vegegesut, Imovelt, Spot a Home, or also Housing Anywhere, because these are some of the trusted ones. Now, if you need further help to find an accommodation, then I have already made a detailed video talking about the same, and I think you really should watch it because it contains everything that you should know. Now, even if your course is English taught, I would still tell you to learn the German language because I am learning it too, and believe me, that is going to be a big advantage for all of us. because it not only makes our life easier here but also helps us, or I would say increases our chances of securing a part-time job or even an internship. Most employers would expect you to know at least basic German and be able to do small talks regardless of your study program. So the earlier you start, the better. And I have also created a German language WhatsApp group which focuses on particularly all this. So if you still haven't joined my WhatsApp community that I mentioned at the start of my video, then I mean it's high time you should be serious about this. And if not my WhatsApp community, at least find a place where you can practice your language on a daily basis, because that is going to help you a lot. So finding a part-time job in Germany can be a bit difficult at first. This is mainly because most of the employers expect you to speak at least basic German. So the more you emphasize on learning the language or improving your skills, the easier it becomes to finding a job or even an internship. Now, as for on-campus jobs, well, I would say they are very limited and it comes down to your specific department and also the internal openings. What you must also know is you can visit this website which is given to us by the Career Center. Well, you can log in with your SRH login credentials after you receive them, and after you have finished setting up the profile, just start scrolling all the active offers from your dashboard and apply which you feel are relevant for you. Another way another way to apply for such kind of roles is to reach out to your professor, whichever subject you're interested in, and ask them if they are looking for any student, or basically a work student, what I'm trying to say. If they are, then it's better for you to apply and try out your luck. If you receive, then that's good for you. Now, even though sometimes you will find assistant or support roles in the university, I would say they still prefer students who have good communication skills and also have basic admin knowledge, as well as have good experience in areas like media research and also tutoring, because that's what matters in a university, right? So the SRH University does provide you a good base with projects and collaborations, but what you do with those opportunities is up to you. So building your portfolio, staying in touch with professors, and also connecting with industry people during your study duration is highly important. Remember, the more proactive you are, the better your chances get after you graduate. So living alone in a new country does teach you a lot. And believe me, time really moves fast. There would be times where you would feel you could have done more. And that's totally normal. I feel it too. All we can do is just get involved with things that are happening on campus or outside and give our best. That is ultimately going to help us, not just as a student, but as a person. And lastly, don't try to do everything alone. Join student groups, online communities, or even LinkedIn networks. As a community manager and event coordinator myself at SRH Berlin, I can confidently say that these connections really help, and they can help you find all the information you need about everything, literally all of it, by simply hitting the join button. That's all you need to do, and you're all set. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can just visit my link tree. The link is also available in the description. Or, like I've said, I have created this WhatsApp community that you can be part of. So, just do it already, okay? Now, before I wrap up with this video, I just got a text from Purvika, who recently joined the community on WhatsApp, and thanks to her, she reminded me about this very important question which I should have mentioned in this video earlier. It's about the internship which majority of us students need to do in their third or fourth semester. But the real question is, what happens if you don't find one? Now, to be honest with you, I still haven't received any specific details yet about what happens if you don't, but from what I understand, majority of the students do find one and the university assists you to find it, as it is a part of your curriculum and it needs to be finished along with your master's thesis or bachelor's. I don't know if it's applicable, but yeah, it needs to be done along with it. So in the worst case scenario, let's say if you don't find one, what then? Well, you can also work with a professor or just get involved with some kind of research project with them, and I believe that is equivalent to your internship too, because you would be working with them as a student and that project will be part of your academics too. So I think that would bridge the gap, but I'm still not sure about it. I cannot just confirm yet without having any official uh, proof of it. So surely I'll keep you all posted either through my YouTube channel or any of my social accounts, or maybe just post an announcement on the WhatsApp group. So yeah, these were 10 important things which I believe every student should know before coming to Germany for studying at SRH University. Now, obviously, these were based on my experience, and if you still have any unanswered questions or just wish to share your thoughts about the same, then go to the comment section now and leave a comment because I would love to hear from you. And before you hit exit on this video, do give it a like and subscribe my channel for more such content. I would really appreciate that. Thank you for watching this video till here, and I am hoping to see you in my next one. Bye.